All right. It is time. We're going to be doing some replay casts, recapping the top 8 of the season finals. That is right. The DreamHack Masters Summer Season Finals happened just last weekend, or the weekend before. I don't know. I think it's the previous weekend. Honestly, my whole sense of time is totally thrown out of loop. But you know what? We're going to have a new season kicking off soon. Let's cast some of the best series from it. This here is a best of 5 between these two gentlemen. Up here in the top right, the Italian stallion, the young man who destroyed Cyril in the grand finals of the EU portion. He did drop a series to Clem, so he came from the lower bracket, but then he won, I believe it was 4 games to 1. Cyril had a 1-map advantage, so 4-2 was the technical scoreline, but he actually really figured Cyril out there. Obviously, Cyril tweeted being like, he's like, dude, I've been doing all-ins all the time that hard counter muta builds. I thought Reynor would be afraid to go mutas, and Reynor came into that series and went mutas every game. So I think Cyril has admitted openly, he talked about in the picture, that he gets triggered and really upset when people gamble. He does not like it when players gamble against him. And I was like, dude, does that mean you're triggered every time you play? Because everyone tries to all-in you and gamble and flip a coin every time they play. Everyone tries to get a lead because they're... And he was like, oh, not really. Like, there's certain gambles that do get on his nerves. And I was like, okay, all right, Cyril. But anyway, Reynor dominated him. He looked amazing in the previous round here in this tournament as well. He's just been smashing his way through the opposition. So, makes it to the summer season finals. His opponent down here, though, has been looking so good this year, and this player is one of the reasons I've been going Terran patch. He's just looked so good in the last 6 months. It's innovation. Inno is a monster, man. He is going to be going for what looks like a... Wait a second, was this a... I don't know, standard opening. For a second, I thought it was a gas first, but just real typical. SCV goes across to check that there's a pool first. Reynor obviously can be quite wildly aggressive, but all normal on both fronts here so far in this series. And we've also seen a lot of mech on this map lately. You know, this is we haven't seen too many players try to crack through with bio here. That being said, I mean, in a lot of best of 3 series, I feel like this map gets vetoed by the Terran players sometimes. We're seeing Zergs really start to enjoy Pillars of Gold recently. Death Aura seems to be a map that they are pretty happy to play on as well. Terrans, many of them very happy to play Golden Wall. A lot of Zergs vetoing Golden Wall. Oh my, Reynor! What the hell? What did she do? Oh my god. We gotta support our sisters. You can't be trying to tear each other down like that. There's these fucking oppressive Terran around here. They're gonna be running in with Hellions and Reapers and telling you you don't deserve equal pay and shit, and you should fucking get back in the kitchen. The lava kitchen. The creep tumor kitchen. Support each other, ladies. God damn. There's like 30 hit points of damage. I mean, it's okay. By the time the aliens get here, she'll have mostly regenerated that. But a bit of a misclick there from Reynor. Second gas, straight into starport. Let's take a look at Reynor's Overlord positioning. Notice he didn't check anything. It's this sort of scouting pattern, really conservative, that a lot of players are going for. Sue, Reynor, a few others. And it's why I keep kind of saying to people, hey, there's got to be a Terran all-in where you go and build like fucking, I don't know, 4 barracks in the corner of the map or something. And then you just go, right? Like there's got to be some crazy build, because all you show is 1 Reaper and the Zerg is just droning. They don't even confirm you've got an expansion. There's got to be some sort of free win build order that Terran can whip out here. And I'm just waiting for it to happen, because Zergs are looking everywhere for proxy barracks, but they're not confirming anything else. And nonetheless, guys, this is a really quick armory here. A slight supply block for just a fraction of a second, but the next 2 Hellions are coming out. This is already 6 Hellions on the map. 4 Marines in the medevac. This is the 420 light 'em up build. This is an old school Legacy of the Void classic, and I think it's a really good build here since people are delaying their ling speed. It just kicked in not long ago. There's no lings on the other side of the map. Oh, he's going to try and build an Evo wall to buy time. I like this choice from Reynor, who, of course, has got a very quick layer up. He wants to be getting a quick spire, but he's delaying that for now, and he's just trying to hold on to the choke point. But the queens, uh-oh. This queen needs to get in the fight. These queens are a bit too clumped. They're taking some splash damage. Medevac gets low, but it survives. Ooh, one queen up front. A little bit too slow to micro back is Reynor. And whilst he does get the medevac, I think he's already taken a little bit too much damage on his queens. I think he needed to pull back a little bit more, buy a bit more time. Is there a queen up in the main? No, he's already pulled everything down here. The banelings aren't ready. The drones are trying to do a spready. Reynor, he's very young. He's very flexible. But this drone spready hurts no matter what. Doing the splits with those drones, 5 of them go down in the process. Already lots of damage going down. If he can finish that queen, that would be great. That marine, target it. Finally, she does get her face blasted off. Ooh, oh no, 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 no. Oh my God. Hey, this is no one does this 420 light 'em up build anymore. This is very rare to see this one. One of the reasons is if Reynor counterattacked with even like 6 or 8 Zerglings as he moved out, would have been in Fucktown, USA, mate. Because you can't even afford to finish your wall. That's how committed this is. You hide your armory in the back, you're building aliens, you get your 4 Marines, you boost them across. I think that could have picked up and got across a little bit quicker, to be honest. I think those Marines should have joined up here and all loaded in the moment the medevac picked up. Took him a few extra seconds, but notice there's no wall off. So if the Zerg just runs a bunch of Zerglings in, they do so much damage. And yeah, you got Hellions that'll pop during it, but it makes you even more all in. You're already, look at this, there's no SCVs building at this moment, right? You're kind of cutting little bits of SCV production to hit this as hard and fast as possible. But Reynor here, caught. Only 4 queens, man. That's just not enough. He was going for a little bit of a greedy build here. In early Legacy, when we were doing the rule of 1 gas build, we always talked about how by 4 minutes 40, you needed to have 7 queens out so you could defend this. If you didn't have 7 queens at 440, woo, you were in trouble. And you can see that Reynor here only had 4 at 4 minutes 40 when this breached. I do think Inno could have hit this about 10 seconds faster than he did, and then Reynor would have been in even more trouble. So very rare you see slip up at all in terms of a few seconds delay, but well played. All right, guys, I'm really gross and I like to make a lot of dirty jokes. Oh, okay, that one was not as bad as I thought. I only glanced at it, Bellringer. Just a heads up, guys, the rules are different for you guys. Since there's many hundreds of you guys, the line is much lower. I will make an occasional over the line, really gross joke, but I'm just trying to reel it in over the next few weeks myself, as well as asking you guys to not go too far. Because lately, I've often been finishing a cast and looking at chat, or I've been, basically I go, oh, cool, I've cast an Icy Fire, look at chat, and there's like 8 people talking about foot jobs and gaping and all sorts of disgusting, things. And I'm like, oh, I really don't want my chat to be like that. So I appreciate you guys also having gross, dirty senses of humor, just like me. But just a heads up, I would appreciate it if we all try to contain it just a little bit and try to not be quite as obscene with our senses. Just a little bit of restraint. That's all I ask. Thank you, guys. And let's go straight in game so we don't have to say, yeah, let's stop talking about that. I think it's one of the most disgusting things on the internet. That's why I always use that as the example. I mean, I'm sure there's things that I enjoy that other people think are disgusting as well. I shouldn't judge. I know, I get it. By the way, is that? No, that's a bit of dust on my screen. Okay, I was like, is there something wrong with my green screen here? And I was like, that's dust on my preview monitor. Anyways, all right, guys, let's go. It is time for map 2 of this series. And already a nice, a quick loss there for Reynor, being a little greedy in game 1. Got caught out. Let's see if he can bring it back. It's Reynor. Hailing from Italy. One of the funnest players out there. Very bubbly personality. And over here on the right-hand side, the machine. The man who, without ever showing any emotion on his face, we're not sure if he knows how to, will just basically complain about balance in every interview. Talk about Terran is the weakest race. StarCraft's unfair. Zerg's overpowered. Protoss is overpowered. Terran's so bad. Terran's so bad. And he'll also drop a cheeky question mark. Whenever he catches his opponent off, kills a bunch of drones with Hellions. If he knows that player and they've got a bit of a relationship, is the guy who will type a question mark in chat after you make a mistake. And he's the guy who will literally, like, showing no emotion. Very occasionally, if he does one of his really cheesy, crazy builds in GSL, you'll see him just crack a bit of a shit-eating grin for like 2 seconds. He'll get this big cheeky smile because he knows he's done it dirty, and then he'll go back to just completely expressionless. This man is as dry as they come, you know? Innovation is one of the driest Terrans out there, but he's actually kind of hilarious once you realize that I think he's very self-aware, and he just sees every interview as an opportunity to try to get some buffs for his race. He says, look, man, I got to do it for the Terran race. I've got to complain. and I, you know, I'll very occasionally crack a shit-eating grin when I teleport 2 battlecruisers into someone's base and win a game. Like, he was doing BCs versus Protoss and stuff and winning maps. Like, I think, honestly, the fact that Inno does mix these cheesy builds in is the reason he's become a scarier player. And after game 1, I love this change-up. He's just like, you know what? You're just going to be scouting for proxy barracks with these overlords. You're going to take forever to get to the front of my base. I'm actually going to go CC first on the high ground into a marine, into a factory. So CC, racks, double gas. And it looks like he's just going to wall off this side of his base and expand down the south. And that's really cool. Why? Because it gives you easy access to deny their gold. Zerg gets forced to push up the left-hand side of the map. And it gives you amazing angles. You can siege down here, elevator into the main. You can actually go mule, mule, and then your marines can run in and out. Now, siege tanks cannot. You need to mine all 4 mineral patches out to get Ravagers, and more Ravagers, Archons, tanks, those chunky units through there. But as it is, you can always just open this up very easily. Just a single 5 mineral mining trip to open that, and then you can get in and out of there. And I believe this one is wide enough to get tanks and Archons through. Inno's going to go down there, immediate 3rd gas. Wait, is this actually a 2 BC build? I've watched this game live, but I was very tired at the time. I'd just woken up at like 1 in the morning because I was casting the later series this night. But this, I mean, the fact that he's already, yeah, 4, is this it's a 2 starport BC, isn't it? I was memeing about that because he does this on, I think this is a 2 starport BC. I can't remember. It's got to be a mech build for sure. He's going to do some cheesy shit. That's great. Overlord speed's on the way, so that's going to be good for Reynor. We'll give him a little bit of a heads up. He's just got to make sure he sees everything. Yeah, he's going to do it. Oh my god. Okay. Maybe a part of my subconscious did remember this game then. Fusion core goes down as well. Overlord should see this for Reynor. The one addendum I would say is like, you're like, okay, really cheeky build. OV speed's amazing. The one addendum is that you do have a bit of a slower economy here as Reynor. Your 3rd's not crazy fast. This was a later 3rd. It went down after 3 minutes. You've invested in OV speed. You got less queens by default. With this opening, you just don't have as many queens. And he sees a depot down there. He sees... Reynor, get that 2nd overlord in there right now. If you don't see this right now, you will not have enough time. Reynor! No! You don't. You got to scout, buddy. Get in there. Go. Ah, come on. This looks so sus. You're like, what is this base? Why is there nothing there? Reynor. Oh my lord. He is building more queens. He's got a single Evo. Get in there. Hurry. Reynor. You got to scout the pack, mate. Okay. And the BCs are already on the way though. He's got 1 minute until this double BC teleport comes in. Okay, he sees it. He sees 2 starport BC. Doesn't even have a lair started though. So Spire is not an option. He's just going to start pumping queens. He'll drop spores in about 30 seconds just before the BCs teleport in and look for that. There isn't really anything he can do. I wouldn't mind him. Oh, look at that. He tried to mine out the middle, but this Marine's actually been denying it. Oh, Inno, you little shithead. I was going to say, it would be great if he could just counterattack down here with Lings because there's nothing on the ground. Fino, he's got 3 Marines. His first tank's only... Oh, he can mine in time. Okay, it's open. That Marine's like, oh, shit. Why didn't they give me bigger bullets, man? So that wall is in trouble. The tank should be able to siege. He should siege down here. I guess it's enough Marines. He'll be fine. So Zerglings come in. It's going to just force a bit of a repair. The spores are down now. Spore. That spore there, I think should be here. I actually think this is the wrong position for that spore. And you need a creep tumor here. It's very important to connect your bases against the 2-port BC build. I like that spore. I think it should also be in the mineral line. So I am very critical of Pro Gamer's spore placement. And no 2nd spore in the natural, but he's got all his queens there. So a good start to the D here. Only 1 spore in this mineral line as well. You want to have both spores there, man. You got to put your spores in your mineral line because they can just dive in. Pull the drones back. Ooh, only 1 drone going down so far. That's acceptable losses for now. Still no creep tumor. Reynor, put a creep tumor down now. Oh my god. You need an access ramp. Ah. What is this? Come on, man. All right, he's building a third spore there. More queens on the way. He's making a lair. He's got a decent economy. As long... Yeah, okay. He's going to split 2 queens to the top. Yamato's going to kick in soon, though. Yeah, Evo Chamber should be totally fine. Shouldn't have to waste any transfuses on that. And the BC is just abusing the dead space around the back. This is how you do it, man. Those queens could get a few hits off here. BCs are tough, though, man. They got that 3 base armor. Yamato's going to kick in. Does he build a 3rd and 4th BC? No, and he swaps into Bio. Oh, you absolute memer. He's swapping into Bio, so he's going to force a shitload of Corruptors out. And then he's just going to build Medivacs 2 at a time off non-attached starports. He can also easily swap into Libs later. So he's just going to be a dickhead with the BCs, force a ton of queens, and then he's just going to come out with Bio. And now Reynor has OV speed, but he has not scouted this. And he's got a lot of lings out. He needs ling spotters all over the map. I think Reynor's map vision is a little bit sparse right now. My God, that's a lot of queens. Inno is going to drop 2 Yamatos, I think. Nope, he's got to get out. Okay. Does pull back for now. Picks off the edge of the creep. Just chops the tip off there. And we'll see how it goes. +2 carapace on the way, as is an Evo. Spire there as well. 4th base down the bottom. So Reynor's going to fight for this bottom side of the map. The problem is no Baneling Nest, right? Yeah, he doesn't know it's Bio. Oh, Reynor. He's just scouted it, though. Where's the Baneling Nest, Reynor? And don't build any tech in your main, please. This is a bad spawning pool placement, by the way. You should always put your tech up here on this map, because there's always a chance of you losing your main base and having to re-expand to the top. It happens rather commonly on this map. Still no Bane Nest. I don't think Reynor paid attention to his Overlord. He's seen a ton of barracks. Where the hell is his Baneling Nest? Has Reynor forgotten his Baneling Nest, or is he just doing some meme-ass mass Zergling? Oh no, what is this? Reynor, that's a terrible attack. The fuck are you thinking, mate? It's a +1 carapace attack. In what world does that work? I guess in a world where they're going 4 BCs and they don't have as much marine production out yet. And they're relying on just tanks. Oh, that does kind of make sense, I guess. But yeah, I don't know, dude. Where the fuck is the Baneling Nest? Reynor! I mean, he's being very greedy. This is like Starkiller style. He's like, I'll just overwhelm your bio with like so much ling plus mutas. The Baneling Nest only now starting, but that's going to be so delayed. Good economy for Reynor. And it's going to be what? 2-2 upgrade. So faster +2 carapace, but way behind on the melee for Reynor. So that's a problem. The thing is, if you're relying on heavy lings, you really need the melee upgrades as well. If you're down an upgrade, that's going to be kind of awkward. 3 more barracks coming down here. Stim shields, concussive is now on the way. Marauder production's going to ramp up, which is really going to help. Ooh, nice focus, nice focus. Does get out though. Both BCs teleport to safety. They're just going to continue to be a problem. Reynor's up on 73 workers. He's adding a 5th base in the north. He's slowly adding them. Of course, that hatchery going down earlier is a bit of a pain here for Reynor. It was the BCs that took that out while he was doing his Ling YOLO. The mutas are going to now get a bit of control. Bane speed finally starting up. This is going to be a vicious 2-2 push though. So Inno, this creep needs to get a move on. As like all of the creep needs to get a move on, to be honest. There's such a big gap. No creep tumor here. You can tell Reynor's off his rhythm. He's trying to get a handle on what Inno's doing. And he keeps, I think, looking to figure out exactly what's happening. And Inno was like, dude, I'm just harassing with 2 BCs, and then I'm chilling, and that's all I'm doing. Just chilling, building the tank count, going into my favorite style of 8 barracks, single tank production. Mutas come in, one of them goes down. 18 mutas are out, 32 Zerglings, 5 Banelings. A bunch more Banelings are now on the way. Inno, there's no way he pushes through the north. That would make no sense. Ling Bane is down here. Creep is spreading. Still no creep on this far north. Which means if this area ever gets cleared, that top side of the map will open up in a big way. 2-2's about to kick in. Inno was being very careful. And those BCs are going to be a problem, man. When the fight comes, he's going to have to shift-click the tanks with his mutas, I believe. Because if he A moves them, the BCs are just going to tank so much damage. Like, he has to kind of just ignore the BCs. Try to focus on the other units, and hopefully he can do it. 3-3 starts immediately. Oh god, innovation. What is this build? It's so weird. He's got the 4th up with an orbital on it, not even a planetary. Does he have turrets in the main? Yeah, he's got a stack of marines there, as well as a few turrets. There's spores here to try to hold on against the BCs. Banelings are going to try to slow the advance, but as the tank siege, Reynor has to pull back. He's going to go for a bit of a run by, and actually this could work brilliantly. He should break the other depot though. Yeah, break the depot, so the turret goes down. Click on the depot, Reynor. Oh, I think he should get in there. He's taken a little bit long to do this. He does finally get in. A lot of the mutas, or a few of the mutas did go down. On the other side, it looks like Reynor, I'm not sure, did he go forward with any banelings there? If he did, they got absolutely stomped. I think he did. These units come back, clean this up. A few SCVs and a barracks going down, a few depots. No critical damage yet for Reynor. He gets a few SCVs, breaks the wall, forces Inno to slow down, but I think Inno killed like 30 banelings that tried to roll on this. Let's click on these tanks. 6 kills, 22 kills, 4 kills, 6 kills. I think Reynor tried to roll banelings in to slow the advance into his main, and lost a lot of. He's got no banelings right now. So even though Reynor's maxed, and you might be like, oh, Reynor's maxed, can't he fight this? He's down on upgrades, and he's got F4 banelings. So, I mean, these mutas need to do something, and that is, they're achieving nothing. He lost a whole lot of mutas on that counterattack. He's spending all his money replacing them, and they're just not achieving anything. So unless he finds an opening and gets a bit of momentum and starts kind of leading Inno around, making him chase his own tail, if Inno gets a 5th up, and it will be the gold base, I mean, yeah, you got 85 drones. Yeah, your income's okay. But you just lost your lair. Oh my god, he's got to start a hive right now. Oh god, the mutas dive in. They do take out a Thor, but... Ooh, he's still got 22 mutas up. So he lost about 4 or 5 here, I think. But he's finding some damage. That's very good. Marines are stimming back from the left-hand side. At the same time, Inno's going to try to push forward. He's going to catch a few of those queens. A few barracks do go down. Mutas need to get out. Oh no, Reynor! Reynor loses way too many mutas there. And look at this, the queens are falling as well. He's going to try to run forward, but he's going around a corner. Those tanks actually are forming a bit of a wall. A horrendous angle for Reynor. That was not the fight that he needed. He thought he was catching the tanks on siege, and he was, but the units all got stuck behind each other on that corner with the 2 tanks creating a solid wall. You need to get a surround on the siege tanks so your Zerglings can take them out while your Banelings go towards the other units. There weren't many Banelings. The Lings didn't get the surround on the tanks. And now you've got just BCs and Marines, a few Marauders finding critical damage. It looks like Reynor, he's going to come in with a big wave of Banes. They should clear this. 1 BC falls. Really should teleport that other BC out. They've been such a problem. Both BCs falling. A big win there for Reynor. He holds on. He's got a great work account. Does that translate to income, though? Kind of. I mean, he's got this top base. It's impossible to defend this, though. I actually think he's got to take his gold and try to retake this base, maybe. Oh, the mutas are going to find an expansion. He's got to go for that one. Oh, no! Oh, that would have been such a good pick off, slowing that 6th base down. 1, 2, 3, 4. You cannot count bases. That's a 5th base, Pig. Not used to this base layout at all. Yeah. Sorry. That is only... I'm used to this natural being taken. That's why I'm confused. Normally they take the natural up top, then they go for the backside. Muta count still bleeding out, though. What do we got? 30 Banes. I mean, the Banelings do flesh out this Zerg supply a little bit, but you can't defend that base as Reynor. And this is why I kind of wanted him to be re-expanding in multiple areas. I think his hope for victory relies in counterattacks and run-bys. I don't think he can fight head-on at all. I think he needs to be desperately avoiding any head-on collisions. And he's going to try to get in here. A few Lings are going to find a mineral line, finally doing a bit of damage. He comes forward here. Mutas pick off the libs. Banelings rolling forward, but a good disengage. He cannot commit into that. Definitely not off creep. Banelings and Zerglings are starting to find these SCVs. Marauders are going to run forward. Oh, these Banelings, they're just trading so badly. And Reynor's got to give this base up. I think he's taken way too long to give up this base. He's trying to protect those drones on the high ground. Banelings, ooh, going to find quite a few SCVs. Inno's economy finally takes its first big hit of the game. Few Zerglings going to tear that Marauder down. Those drones need to get the hell out of there. And they are going to do just that. Reynor's still got a healthy base here and a healthy base in the top left. So he's still got mining. The problem is, what's he building? 2-2 Lingbane Muta versus 3-3 Bio Thor. Not even bothering with Widow Mines is Inno. He's just saying, I just have enough Bio, enough Marauders in there, good spreadies, Thors to deal with the Mutas. These Mutas finding some good damage, but he's got to watch out for those Marines on the top side of the mineral line. Reynor, ooh. Every Muta is sacred. A couple Thors are going to come back now. Boost evac Thors. Are they going to hunt for it? Is Inno going to try to cut that off? I think he is. Inno has an anti-Muta boner right now, and he would love to kill those last pack of Mutas. He's going to go for it. Oh, he boosted up. Is he gonna... And he'll get a few volleys off. Takes out one. Just one meter. A little bit of splash damage, but not massive. Still no turrets here. And this base just going unnoticed. It's so awkward moving around this map. Where do you attack? Where do you counterattack? You know, where is the important area for Reynor to hold? Well, right now Reynor needs another base. And I do think that gold base was the one that he needed to go for. It's always exposed. You always have to be willing to give it up if your opponent commits to it. But Inno has not been over there in a while. And that is why it would have been a lovely base to just grab, put 10 workers on it, get yourself an insane amount of income. These Lings find this mineral line. Nicely done. Gonna catch the rally a little bit. Just remember though, these Ling Run buys, these aren't 3-3 Adrenal Zerglings. They're 2-2 up against the double upgrade advantage for innovation. Now that's a lot of Marines caught, but they're off creep and I think they can do fine. Oh, no. Oh my God. Okay, Inno stayed a little bit long there. He's gonna now do a spready. Oh my God, he's spreading at the last minute. But he killed so many Banelings before the fight started that I think it's okay. Mutas are there. That Thor does go down, but Inno's still got a big army up here. He's still got 125 army supply. Orbital goes down in the main, and I think that was the last army of Reynor, to be honest. So many Banelings went down. 12,000 resources more cost efficient for Inno. That'll do it. Desperately hunting for damage. The Mutas flying around. I think innovation really is just thrown Reynor into the washing machine this game. I don't think he really knew what was going on at all. I do remember his interview after this one saying, yeah, I didn't really know what the hell happened. I've never played a game like that on Golden Ball, and I did not know what the hell I was supposed to do there. You can kind of see it. He kept looking for openings, and Inno was just prepared at every turn. Reynor couldn't really find his rhythm with where and when to counterattack until he was already too far in the ground, losing too many bases, and yeah, Inno... Oh, Ling Bane comes forward, but good spreadies. A few Baneling connections land. Mutas find a few Marines over there. Does he have, what, +2 attack on the Mutas? No other upgrades, but every time 3-3 Marines stand their ground and fight, these Mutas are getting absolutely blitzed. And, I mean, Inno's economy is looking shot. Only 28 SCVs, but there's still a gold base. There's still that one. There's still mules dropping. And, I mean, Reynor is working it, but... Oh, no. Flies into a few turrets. A few more Mutas go down. The mule hammer. Reynor's like, oh, no. Sees the mules. He knows there's too much money. And Innovation takes the 2-0 lead. Oh. Next map is Pillars of Gold. All right. Hey, Slane's Iron. Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah. It's pretty funny. You can load a planet. Yeah, you can literally like load a command center into a planetary. Apparently you can load bunkers into the command centers. But the thing is, basically, if you do this thing where the command center turns invisible, it literally can't be targeted. So yeah, you could literally force a draw. Obviously, a big game-breaking bug in the current iteration with the new patch. I played a bunch of Terran games, so you know you need to do it on purpose to do it. So don't. I would advise everyone, please don't. Oh, I'm sure they already know about it, Slain Zarin. I'm sure people have bug reported it. People have been tweeting about it. They're no doubt already on it. I'm sure it'll get fixed tomorrow, mate. Normal reading glasses or gaming computer glasses? You think you're getting gaming glasses? I've never tried any gaming glasses. These are just regular blind person glasses, Slim Shady. Yeah. All right, guys, let's go. Next map here. And this man's got a lot of work if he wants to get back in this series. Dying to the old 420 light 'em up build game 1. Game 2, a double starport BC opening into just expanding along the bottom, swapping into Bio and hammering him home with super well upgraded, massive macro Biotank into Bio-Thor. No mines at all, kind of like how Tasia plays it. It's a very cool style. You get those Marauders up, it's nice. Over here on the right-hand side, he's got to win 3 in a row to get back here. It is Reynor. Reynor He's going to go scout for proxy barracks with 1 drone. Down here in the bottom left is innovation. Wait, whoa. Sorry, guys. We're going to do a quick rewind. Did he actually start the barracks or did it just get spotted? So innovation here goes out with the SCVs for a proxy racks, but it gets spotted. So I think he starts it and then immediately cancels it. I think he sees the Overlord. Let's see.
SCV ready.
So Inno comes forward. He's like, cool. I'm going to put my... Oh, shit. Doesn't even start the barracks. So it's about as well as it could go. If he starts the barracks and then the Overlord spots it, and Overlord has longer vision, so it doesn't even need to show itself. And if he doesn't realize it's been spotted and then the drones come out and kill the SCVs before the barracks finish, that would be a nightmare. As it is, it's not a good start for Inno, but he's able to just go back here and keep building SCVs, barracks at home, gas at home. I think it was actually meant to be a Reaper build as well, because I think otherwise he would be down an SCV here, I believe. But he was, even then, you'd think you'd go more, I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. I'm not sure how many workers he cut for this, but we'll see. Reynor here. He sent a drone to the left. Did he not notice the SCVs down there? Was Reynor literally not paying attention and didn't even notice? Oh my god, I think Reynor wasn't paying attention, guys. That's kind of funny, man. Anyways, Inno is going to go Reaper expand. Going to go back and try to do a completely normal build, but he is quite behind where he would like to be with that opening. And yeah. Are there no up-and-coming Korean players? Yeah, there are. I mean, it takes a long time to get really good at StarCraft. But I believe Prince looked really good in his games. I still haven't watched those. I gotta go check out those VODs. So Prince is one of them. Obviously, I think there's players like Armani who've been around forever, but they've never really excelled. And I think they're finally getting to that point where we might start to see great things out of them. There have been a few other players who... Yeah, there's not a lot of like new blood, I guess, but there never really is in StarCraft. Like, you know, you look at Reynor and Cyril, they've both been playing the game for many years. So, well, Reaper here. Not finding any kills, but being annoying. Third hatch goes down. Link speed has been delayed. And we'll see that link speed start up momentarily. A bit of a delay on that, just kind of focusing on the macro back at home. Factory and reactor getting ready to swap over. And he's actually, yeah, skipped the marine entirely to make up for the delay here. So just get factory and reactor at the same time. Swap it over. I need these Hellions out yesterday, because this Hellion production starting quite late. Only 3 minutes 10 when the first 2 Hellions kick in. I think overall, pretty good salvaging after a rough early game. And Reynor here. The Zergans and the Queen come down to guard that creep tumor. And alright. Queen coming up to ferry that Reaper out of the main. Not able to see anything. Putting extra workers back on gas now is Reynor. So 3 minutes 30 usually when players opt for that. No Overlord speed this game, and once again, very conservative Overlord placement. Very conservative. Right? It's going to go for just a slow Overlord sacrifice at this point. It is going to be another battlecruiser opening. Those 2 Marines, though, I think if they react quickly, and if they both move there, they should be able to deny this. Inno's a little bit slow to react. He's focusing on his Hellions right now. Inno. Ah, the fusion core is going to get spotted. It's a mistake for Inno. Inno's so worried because he thinks there might be a Ravager-ling or all-in or something coming, but I think Reynor sees the fusion core now. Ah, that's a sloppy mistake there from Inno. You get 2 Marines specifically to deny that. Also, what is the fusion core doing there? Shouldn't it be here? Or here? This is like prime production area. And it's easier to scout. It's a mistake. Third CC is now down. BC starting up. So it looks like it's just going to be BC into battle mech here. Roach Warren is on the way. Good pack of Zerglings. Of course, the goal here for the Zerg is to saturate this third base completely on the minerals. No later than 5 minutes 30. And Reynor's well on his way to doing that. He's got the Queen there. More Queens coming out. We're already getting up to 11 drones on that third. Now this Reaper, he wants to just confirm. He's like, hey, is everything normal here? What's going on? Is there a Roach Warren? Is there a Bane Nest? He's not really going to see anything. He wants to get a drone. Hey, he gets a drone kill. Not bad. only a few Hellions. Notice it has not been non-stop Hellion production. He's been focusing on SCVs, Yamato, BC. I'm not sure I agree with the Yamato in this case. I kind of feel like when it's spotted, I like players to just swap out of the battlecruiser and just get a quicker second factory, a few Cyclones out with Magfield, or a few siege tanks, depending on what you like. But we'll see. He might, I mean, if he's going Yamato, he's definitely going to queue a second battlecruiser. And look at that. Hits the money for it, queues it up just as the first one pops out. And is he going to teleport into the back or nah? There's no Spire started just yet. The Hellions here. Oh, he goes for the Chad teleport. And the Hellions try to take advantage of that, but it's a rough start. There's great creep spread as well, so he's going to have a tough time rotating towards the main base. He's going to have to go all the way around his innovation. And, oh my, Lings got in at the same time. Oh no. Oh, the door was open because that third CC just lifted off. We've got those Lings getting engaged by the Hellions there. There's still a few in the natural. 6 SCVs going down, and Reynor, he's going to focus fire. We got 7. Does he clean up the ones in the natural? He loses a Hellion. Look at that hero over Zerglings. Oh, I killed 2 SCVs and a Hellion. Fuck yeah. Look at these little bitey claws. Does unfortunately get a bit full of himself. Thinks he can kill a command center. Could have got out of there to live another day. It's very rare a Zergling gets 3 kills versus a Terran player, guys. If you get any kills as a Zergling versus a Terran player, or even especially against a Protoss player, you're feeling really good about yourself as a Zergling. Double armory coming down, so he's going to go quick double upgrades. He does have a second and third factory on the way. We've got a third BC starting as well. Hellion's still looking for damage. I mean, he's not slowed down Reynor at all. Reynor's 4th is not very quick, though. So, yeah, it's down at like 640, but realistically, I mean, this is a Reynor who is locked down tight. He's got good creep. He's got great control. And I feel like he's kind of taken the wind out of Innovation's sails. I know he hasn't really found any damage. The problem is that Reynor does not have that, I'm going to make 95 workers and roll over you with Endless Baneling Ravager. But he's got a lot of roaches, a couple more drones coming in. He's going to go up to 75 or so. BC's coming in. Where's that Yamato, mate? The double Yamato does come in. Now the BC's going to chase after those queens. They should just focus that queen. Bad micro from Minnow, in my opinion. I think he could have done a little bit more there. Now he has to back out. Yeah, I think he could have got 1 or 2 more queens there. And he does just tack jump out. A good choice. 9 Corruptors are on the way. Where's that third BC? It's just come out. He's got to repair these up. He's got 1 turret in each base. He thinks it might be Mutas. It's actually more important to get these turrets out front. That turret's good. If you can get another turret out here, that would be good. Because it's actually the Roach Corruptor that's going to come in here. We've got mass Roach production. No Bane speed, no 5th base, no Infestation Pit, no second Evo chamber. It's going to be a +1 Roach Ravager Corruptor timing. Hellions, I mean, they come in here. You see the Corruptors. You see some Roaches coming. Does he realize what's up? I don't know. He's got tanks on the way. The first 2 tanks coming out, they're the most important unit for holding on here. He sees the Roaches here, and he's got 2 tanks already out, actually, and 2 more on the way. This is exactly what you need against this push. The problem is these tanks on pillars are exposed on the low ground. Really easy for Ravagers to take him out. Right now, there's only 3 Ravagers, but there's 4 more making. And that's why I think you scan that. You got to keep your tanks way back. Tank here, tank here, tank here. Like, tank behind the mineral line. These tanks are way too far forward. I think he wants to get big shots on the ramps, but I think they're way too exposed. Biles actually land on the missile turrets, so he wants to allow his Corruptors to win the engage. Tank's getting big shots, but I think this is just a good enough spready. So he's going to overwhelm the ground with the Roaches. The Corruptors get the shit kicked out of them, in fact. He did even eat a few of his own Biles with those Corruptors. But he's got Zerglings rallying in. I think the Zerglings, not so useful necessarily for tanking, but really good if you ever catch them with no units on the ground. Oh, and he barely gets that tank. The BCs go back to defend these guys. 1-1 kicks in, but his mineral line's open. And his next 3 tanks, his next Hellions aren't quite out. If he had just a few Hellions here, up here, behind that choke point, he'd be able to defend this. As it is, though, another wave of Corruptors, more Ravagers, more Roaches, more Zerglings in production. Reynor, he feels like he's got momentum. He just got 20 SCVs. I mean, Inno has so many workers. I think he's okay if he can stabilize. He's prioritizing 2-2 upgrades, though. I think he thinks this is over. He's going to build more turrets. He absolutely needs that. He needs more tanks. And I really would love some backup tanks, but like really just staggered behind the defenses. because I think this is all about survival modes. Reynor is not going late game. Oh, okay. The Zerglings surround. They avoid the Hellbats. The Lings keep finding these tanks. There's one tank in the back that did not go down, but uh-oh, the turrets are gone. There's only one turret left. Bile's landing on the battlecruisers. Battlecruisers now getting overwhelmed by the Corruptors, and that's the turning point. With no anti-air, no mass repair. He's got a mass repair. He's a little bit too slow to repair. The turret gets biled down. And, oh my god, I mean, these BCs can slowly win, but these tanks rallying into the open. The Ravagers, the Roaches, the Zerglings take him out. The Bile's landing on top. And Reynor does manage to win the game there. GG, well played. Someone in chat says Vikings ? As always, guys, I don't care how low level you are. I want you to make strategy conversations. I want you to propose why you think something's a good idea. But I think the problem we sometimes have is I think sometimes people, they think I'm trying to disencourage you guys having opinions. I'm like, no, you're fucking wrong. Don't get me wrong. If I've just lost a game and I'm salty and somebody's like, why didn't you do this, pig? Or something, sometimes I am actually just being a salt lord. But if you guys think something's good, please propose why. Someone else says needs Vikings as well. What are you guys talking about? So what do you think Vikings are going to achieve there? I'm very curious. Okay. Oh, you were asking the other guy why Vikings. Yeah, no, Vikings, what would they be for? I'm confused. I'm very confused on that one, chat. Imagine Ecstasy, quick to the trigger, says Vikings were the Norse people from southern Scandinavia in present-day Denmark, Norway, and Sweden, who from the late 8th to late 11th century raided and traded from their northern European homelands across wide areas of Europe and explored westward to Iceland, Greenland, and Vinland. What is Vinland? Is that Finland? What's Vinland? I don't know what Vinland is. Oh, you think it's to try and overwhelm the Corruptors? The problem is battlecruisers don't actually do that much damage. So even if you win the air more convincingly there by having some Vikings out, you got to remember that you can't build Vikings very quickly off a starport with no add-ons. And even if you swap it onto a reactor, Vikings trade okay. Oh my god, he's doing it again. Just wants to finish this series with the proxy racks. He's going to go for it. Vikings don't trade amazingly versus Corruptors. Just having turrets underneath is way more efficient, much cheaper, and does the same thing there. But Inno was just a bit too far behind from the early game. His BC teleport was really bad. He achieved almost nothing with his battlecruisers, which was just a bit of a mistake from him. Oh man, this drone's hunting. Okay, he sees it. He sees it. And I think that's early enough. He might be able to delay these barracks a little bit. Maybe kill one SCV. Reynor, you got to micro that drone, buddy. Throws his spawning pool down in panic. Oh, he's pulling more drones. He's pulling 8 more drones. But these barracks are going to finish. And look at that. The SCV floats to the unattackable position. He's back in the open now, but he's not being targeted. Oh, no. Oh, okay. I think Inno's going to have to cancel the third barracks, maybe? I kind of feel like you should double down here, though. Maybe? Oh, man. He's pulled more SCVs. Oh, my God. It's a worker battle. Back to the Viking discussion later. Oh, he turns. The drones have to get the hell out of there. One Marine comes out, gets surrounded. Reynor's losing so much mining time, guys. You've got to build that barracks. He's taken way too long to get an SCV on that. That is, I think that's a bit of a mistake there. Oh, one SCV gets surrounded. 3 drones, 1 SCV. Uh-oh. And that SCV, is it going to get out? It is. Okay, we've got a Marine there fighting now. This is an absolute scrappy war. He needs to finish that third barracks and get more production out, I do believe. I think he's doing fine, is Inno? But, oh, man, he's lost so many. He's on 11 workers with no... He's got an orbital. That's something. I guess he's dropping mules. He's going to drop... Yeah, there's so much mining time being lost by Reynor, but he's killing so much shit. He's lost no units. Reynor's lost no units, and he's killed 7. Oh, man. Reynor winning out the drone versus SCV battle there in a big way. And, I mean, he's looking to keep his drones over here. What? Oh, he's just going to surround it. He's making sure the Marines have to run towards his rally point. Okay, the Marines are going to try to run north. The Marines trying to slip out of this one. Oh, he's looking for the surround there. That third barracks finishes up behind this, but the surround is good up here in the north. And, well held by Reynor. If Reynor has enough Zerglings to get on top of these Marines, so they just can't keep building. I mean, he's building SCVs behind this, but he needs more damage. And it looks like this is indeed not enough. Oh, God. If he can get 3 more Marines out, maybe, actually. Takes out another Zergling there. That Marine pops on its own. Oh, I think just focus the drone at this point. I don't know, dude. These Marines trying to fight. This is a messy, sloppy, crazy situation. There are 3 Marines out, but right now there's a spine building. Reynor's on 19 workers, but he's got no Queens out. No Ling speed, no gas. So he's completely gasless. It's slow Zerglings versus slow Marines. I'll tell you what, Marines win that fight. I actually wouldn't mind, doubling down on this and going for, hey, I'm going to get 20 Marines, pull all my SCVs and go. It sounds dumb, but with no gas out, Reynor would need to get a second and third spine up, I think, to hold that. Because there's a critical mass of Marines where if they don't have Ling speed, and even if they do, if they don't have Banelings or Roaches or Ravages, the Marines just gun the Zerglings down so quickly. And they clump in a big ball where the Marines are all kind of covering each other's back. Kind of like a phalanx or something like that. I guess you could kind of think of that analogy where you're all covering each other, The Zerglings aren't surrounding individual Marines. Whenever the Zerglings surround individual Marines, the Marines look like the trashiest unit in the game. But when they group up, it does get a little scary. Command center is on the way on the high ground. 28 drones now for Reynor. And he's doing just a great job of whittling this Marine count down. He's killed so many Marines, man. Already 12 Marines have gone down here. Great trades for Reynor and amazing work. He's even going for injects. He builds a second spine for insurance, which is very important. Once again, though, wraps around with Zerglings to make sure he can both see this command center and also see if there's another SCV pool. Ooh, that's a mistake. That should have been sitting on that pillar there. Overlord going down, takes a supply block. Reynor, I mean, this is the brains of the operation. The literal brains of the operation flying to its death. Don't go in there, Inno. That's crazy. What are you doing, Inno? Okay, I think Inno realizes he needs to do more. Wait, did he? He didn't get his Marine inside the wall. His Marine was trapped on the outside and it died to the Zerglings. He was meant to have it. He sent a single Marine home. It was way ahead of these Zerglings. It should have got in. But he must have had his wall up and the Marine got stuck on the outside. He was busy on the front. Oh, Inno. Oh, that's so sad. One of the cool things you can do in the backup to this is you can land a barracks to block their third, but Reynor's already got his third down. He's got a sick full 2 bases of minerals. He's got Ling speed on the way. This is, from here, an easy win for Reynor. Reynor can do whatever the hell he wants. Honestly, there's no way for him. What are you going to do? He's like, I have some scouting barracks. Also, my first factory just finished. And I have a third CC. He's dead. There's nothing you can do from here. So let's continue the Viking discussion. Yeah, if you've got like mass Banshee or something, you could kind of do that. You'd actually be better off adding like a few Widow Mines or something probably to help with the Corruptors. But honestly, tanks was the right call for Inno in that previous game. I do think if Inno positioned them ultra conservatively, where he said, I'm just going to try to survive, rather than having them just kind of spread out on that low ground area, I do think he could have held on there. But I think Inno just needed to be more conservative in that last game with the tank positioning, kind of have them lay it up on the high ground and stuff. And it could have been really cool. Apparently Vinland is Columbus, Bahamas. Cool. What is that not the Bahamas? Is Columbus, Bahamas different to the Bahamas? I don't even know. But yeah, Vikings are not a unit to counter Corruptors or Mutas unless your name is Kilkenny and you're a crazy Terran who thinks massing Vikings is the right way to play there. Which, to be fair, he's made work in his Diamond League games a fair amount. But, oh shit, what did I just do? That should be locked. Bad pig. Dragging my game screen around. Well, this is over, guys. Sorry, we're going to 8 times this one. This is a boring game. Do you think teleporting the battlecruiser behind the mineral lines would have made a difference? Always. Teleporting the BC on the front is a really bad move 90% of the time, in my opinion. I think always teleport it behind. Inno seems very set on winning with battlecruisers. And yeah, he's just going to get bopped in this game. And it's just going to probably be the same attack from the last one. He's going to teleport into the back because you can choose where you go, micro around the edges, pick off drones, picks off an overlord there. Could grab a queen. No, queen gets out, grabs a few drones. I mean, this is cute, but there's roaches killing SCVs and trading with the Hellions and all that sort of stuff. It's not a trade innovation can afford. And finally, he taps out of that one. GG's. Apparently, Vinland is America, someone else says. Oh, I miss a lot of things. My observing's pretty bad. Someone in chat was complimenting my observing. Oof. I wouldn't be so quick to do that. Well, ties it up 2-2. I think Inno here just is, Proxy Rack's gone wrong. And he's lost momentum in this series. I think Proxy Rack's cross-server, not a great choice. Proxy Rack's against Reynor, where he's drone scouting every game, not the best choice either. We're going to go on to Eternal Empire for the final map. I'm going to refill my water really quickly as we hop into this game, guys. Some people are saying Vinland is Newfoundland and Labrador. All right, I think we can all agree nobody knows what Vinland is, and we're just making things up, okay? Is this like... Everyone's like, I'll mansplain where Vinland is. Let's be real. Most of you are probably just trolling. Some of you may actually know. And just remember, the 10% of you who actually know what Vinland is and you want to let us know, it's impossible to know that you're the one who actually knows it. Did you know that, guys? Because for every 1 in 10 of you, there's 9 people going, Vinland is where they do bathtubs of wine and do it to make their skin soft. Like people just say random shit. So there's always someone who knows the answer in chat and they say it and they say the correct thing 100%, but it's in a sea of bullshit and it just goes lost, It's a needle in the haystack. So sorry for those of you who weren't trolling. And yeah, I guess that's just how it goes. Give me 1 sec. Can I grab the water and we're going to go into game 5. By the way, did ladder get fixed, guys? I could always just Wikipedia Vinland. I could, couldn't I? It would take the fun out. Oh my god. Sorry, I just saw Bill Carson up in chat. He was like, hey, what are we casting? Is this live? And immediately, of course, asking a question on the internet is always going to get the most just honest, helpful response, as always. Because people on the internet just, there's very little sarcasm on the internet, right? People are very capable of just giving a straight up answer. Except they're not, right? Because everyone on the internet needs to be sarcastic 100% of the time. People are like, yeah, it's an 8x speed live cast, man. Ooh, and he's like, I asked before he started fast forwarding. They're like, whoa, is he magically fast forwarding the game? Yeah. And the guy who asked is just like, oh, fucking Jesus Christ. Why did I ask Twitch chat anything? Oh shit, the video looks compressed? No! Wait. Oh no, it's fine. Oh no, it looks fine. It's all good. Here I was thinking it was derping. I was like, do I have the wrong source on? No, it looks fine. Yeah. Looks a little shimmery today, but I mean, that's just, I've got it. My preview is not a full monitor size, so I think it always looks that way on my monitor. Pretty sure we're using the correct source here as we hop into game 5. Display capture, no. SC2 game source, yes. Cool, good. It's working. Anyway. There's always someone who's watching on 144p who's like, why does it look like this? Anyways, what's going to be going on in game 5? Reaper's out. SCV Scout, not going to block the third. Factory goes down. Do we just see a BC opening again into mech? I mean, I wouldn't mind it. Reynor seemed a bit antsy to kill him off on Pillars of Gold. It's hard to finish the game with it on Eternal Empire. But Inno's pretty good mid-game mech. I don't know about Inno's late game. I've seen Inno like gas out where he just doesn't transition into later game units. Where you're like, oh, you could go like Ghosts and Libs from here. Or like you could go Mass BC. And he's like, I will keep making Thors and tanks and Hellions or something. Like, and he just won't swap. There are some times where Inno does get a little bit gumped up in the mid-game. And he's absolutely a player who kind of wants to have momentum and push through his opponent, right? So we'll see. Starport goes down. That factory, no doubt, will be swapping over. No quick third CC builds in this series. And I guess usually you play that into bio, so it kind of makes sense. But, Hellion production starting up kind of late here. I guess was this the 2 Marine? Oh, this was the 2 Marine. I was like, why does this look so late? This was the 2 Marine build. So he gets a well-timed starport. This usually I see go into Banshee. And then bio. But a quicker third command center, slower Hellion pressure, very conservative economic build. Starport finishes. And it's a Viking. Viking, all right. Wow, okay. This is a very chilled opening. This looks like a bio build, guys. I can't imagine Inno's going to go mech off this. And you know what? Reynor is going Baneling Nest by default. He's not assuming anything. It's very good for him. Stim does start up there on the production tab very early. We're going to see that second and third barracks go down next. And I wonder how many Hellions Inno commits to. People used to, with this sort of build, always stop at 4 Hellions. More recently, I feel like it's usually 6. Are we going to see a Liberator? And we're not going to see a Banshee. Starport is just going to be an add-on builder. So it's just a quick Viking to deny info. And that's about it. And this Overlord hidden off to the left. The Viking is not going to find it. Ling comes in. Does not see anything. Reynor doesn't really know what he's up against right now. You can see his vision. He's just got some creep spreading. He's got good Overlord positioning around the edges of the map. Second and third barracks now going down. Just 4 Hellions. So the danger with this one is, yeah, you got to make sure a big Ling Flood doesn't get you or something, because you've got literally no unit production for the next minute. This is going to swap off. Yeah. Where's that double eBay? Yeah. So you're going to get straight into the 1-1 Medevac Marine pressure. I believe this is... Actually, we did see bio off the back of a 2-port BC build on Golden Wall. His bio did look good. Ooh. Bit sloppy there from Inno. A great surround from Reynor. These Hellions need to be very careful. I'm always worried seeing them just sitting out front like that, because if they're further back, you've got more time to react. Third CC is now landed. Overseer's over there. Oh no, fresh mule. At least it's just one. Viking looking for the Overseer, and the Overseer gets out of dodge. Reynor gets his Overseer out. What a ledge. Fourth base on the way. He wants that rich gas, and he's already got a Spire finishing pre-6 minutes. He's going to go delayed double upgrades, but straight into a big wave of muters, and he's got this base fully saturated. Reynor is really reading this game well. He's adjusting. He's going to have muters out very early. Now, this can turn bad, right? Because you've got such a good Marine count. You've got a very quick 1-1 versus 0-0 advantage. Your first Marine push is going to be really powerful, and it looks like it's going to time out 2 siege tanks, which you should pick up in the medevacs. Lower these depots, push down that left-hand side. 1 siege tank here. Maybe siege tank there, siege tank there. I like siege tank here, to be honest. Because I think Reynor is going to be kind of light on units when that push comes. We'll see, though. Maybe these muters can just pin him back. They're out so early. Such quick muters. I mean, if you're doing 2 base muters, obviously you can get them a lot faster. But when you got 70 workers, 1-1 already started, that sort of stuff, these muters are incredibly quick. And Reynor's got map dominance. His creep on the right-hand side is disgusting. Oh, Jesus. Reynor is getting good control. Remember the upgrade deficit, though. You know, probably should have pulled those SCVs off the gas. Loses 3 workers so far. Nothing absolutely disastrous. What is potentially disastrous is the fact that Reynor has 80 workers. Oh, he really feels just how much he can scare Inno, because Inno doesn't have the info. Reynor is being so greedy right now. Oh my god, he's like, that's fine, I'll just cut off your reinforce. He forces him to siege there. Inno doesn't know what he's going into, man. And now Bane Speed and 1-1 are almost there. I mean, okay, 1-1's still a while away, but picks off the Viking. This reinforce now coming across. But, guess what? Every second that goes by, more units coming in. I'd love to see Reynor take a 5th base on the top as well, so that he can choose to do some more run-bys. Oh, okay, those Lings. A few of them go down, but run-by. Lings going across. Muta's coming in. He's looking for it. The Muta's there. Pull back. If those Marines go out, Lings are going to find the mineral line. The Lings are going to come in. And actually, he's going to go straight into that worker line. Oh, the Zergling's not A-moved. He's a little bit busy at home. The tanks and the Marines coming forward. Those Zerglings, though, 6 workers killed. They are going to get cleaned up now. Uh-oh. Queen's taking some big shots. But these Queens, very important. They should keep transfusing. And when he engages, he wants the Queens to go in first to take the first volley of siege tank shots. Ooh, good Banelings there. Buy himself a little bit of time. He's still got Lings over at that 3rd base. They could go back in and do damage. Inno's so focused on the front. At any moment, those Lings could go in. He's got nothing there. Oh, no. And look at that. He's coming in with a big Baneling flank from the left-hand side. Good micro on the Marines from Inno, but there's more where that came from. So many Banelings. The Mutas, actually a lot of Mutas went down there, but they were tanking, allowing the Banelings to go in and get on top of those Marines. So the Marines there, they all go down. Medevacs try to boost out. 14 SCVs fell behind that. In of itself, it would have been a good trade, I think, for Inno, but losing those workers, no 4th CC on the way. Yeah, he's got 2-2 halfway done, but he's on 44 SCVs versus 77 drones. And I mean, this was just textbook Reynor pushing his lead so confidently. In a game 5, so many players would have stopped at 70 workers and started making units. So many. But Reynor was like, nah, make 80 workers. It's cool. I got 12 Mutas out there. I'm like, you got nothing on the ground, you psychopath. But that is Reynor. He's a brave boy. It is indeed that cavalier attitude that makes him so dangerous. Even in a game 5. Even when everything rests on this map. And, I mean, from here, Inno's dead. He committed very hard to that push. He took a lot of damage on the counterattack and did no significant damage on the front. I mean, he's kept his medevacs alive and he's maintained an upgrade advantage, but he just doesn't have the numbers. And when you're up against Lingbane Muta, there's a certain point you hit where if you just don't have enough firepower, they're just going to roll on. The Banelings will connect. The Mutas will gun down all your tech units. You're just going to have very one-sided fights. Like, it's a slippery slope. Zerg versus Terran in general, if one player gets far ahead in Bio versus Lingbane, they tend to be able to push that further and further ahead. And at this point, I mean, Reynor got away with being greedy. Textbook hold. The Mutas did a really good job of pinning him. I think we could argue that Reynor's opening was incredibly greedy as well, considering he didn't have a lot of information. He catches half the army here. He rolls the army. Those Lings not going to find anything, but so many Marines going down on the left-hand side. Oh. Reynor thinks about it. Backs off for now. He says, I'm going up to 6 bases, and you are on 3. You're up 2 upgrades right now. I probably can chill. We'll get more upgrades. +2 flyer attacks, infestation pit. Pretty anticlimactic way for the series to finish. And it's one of those games where I just kind of look at this series and go, such a shame. The proxy barracks, If there's one thing Reynor was exceptionally safe against, it was the proxy barracks. It felt like he knew Innovation was going to go for that once he was ahead in the series. And Reynor just kept scouting for the proxy barracks with those drones. Shuts Inno out of that series, does the comeback clean sweep. Potentially making it a little bit easier for Reynor than he should have, though. So, GG, well played. Thank you, Rowdy Crowdy, for the tier 1 sub. Thank you, everybody, for the support. If you enjoyed this cast, don't forget to support the Patreon. Links down below in the description. Smash the like button, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye and good night.